My name is José Gutierrez. I'm from Costa Rica. My wife actually is Pastor Blake's sister-in-law, and that is how I met him. I grew up in a family where we have no knowledge of God. I mean, I never went to a church. Nothing about God was ever taught to me growing up. Because of that, and then my years in school as I'm an engineering student, I became agnostic, basically with the belief that as soon as someone will have strong proof to me that God exists, then I would consider believing on Him. To me, it was not something rebellious or something necessarily bad, but simply how I grew up. When I met Marcela, this will be Carla's, Pastor Blake's wife's sister, she and her family have been Christians their whole life. And at that point, I was feeling a real void in my life, and I grew up meeting a lot of women, drinking heavily, and especially in my college years, I did basically everything, every drug that you can imagine. When we met, well, we kind of fell in love and that, and we ended up living together. Marcy's family, including Pastor Blake, was not happy about this because I convinced Marcy just to live up with me. He's always told me that later on that we were shacking up, I believe that's how he said it. When we had our first kid, Marcy was asking me, we need to go to Texas, we need to visit our family. And the first year that she started with this, I'm like, no way. There is no way I'm going to a pastor's house. There's no way I'm wasting my time with a guy. We're gonna be in church every day. I don't want that. This guy is gonna be super boring. No. So I remember she and Sammy, my big boy, they went together to Texas and on their own. Next year basically was like, either you're coming with us or I'm moving out. So being forced to go my vacation time to a pastor's house. And I remember Blake, we've met at that point before. He said, dude, this is my house. We'll give you food. You can stay here, but you need to do what we do. And that is going to church. If you don't want to go to church, it's okay. You can look for a hotel and we will do everything vacation-wise. But if you want to stay in my house, you're doing what I do. I remember going to Wednesday service. And at that time, I had a lousy relationship with everybody in my family and simply been mad about how everything had turned out to that point with everybody but my girlfriend at that point. And I remember he was preaching about how God will allow you with the Holy Ghost to forgive things that you cannot forgive, that there is stuff that have been wrong done to you that you're not able to forgive, not able to forgive people or family members on your own powers, but that if you accept Christ and accept the Holy Ghost in your heart, that it's as if God will remove a ceiling from your head that is not allowing for your intentions. That's what I understood at that point. He was using the word prayers to get to God, then back to you, so He will give you the power of forgiveness. And I have so much anger in my heart that I was thinking, I wanna have part of that. I remember being tricked by Pastor Blake because that was the first time in my life. I've never gone into a Christian church, and he tricked me because he says, well, he's talking in front of the people, and he said, if you want God in your life, if you want to have part of this, raise your hand. That's all you need to do. Accept Christ in your heart. Everybody has their eyes closed. No one's looking. So I took a peek, I looked around, and in fact, there was maybe 90, 100 people there, everybody eyes closed. I feel safe, I'm just gonna leave my hand, no one's seeing me. So I raised my hand, and he immediately said, okay, I see you, put your hand down. And that's that. I start feeling great. In my head, right, I was thinking, it's done, this is all I have to do. Now magically, I'm gonna be all right. And then immediately after, and this is the trick part, he says, okay, everybody that raised their hands, come on in up here. And I'm like, what? I need to stand in front of all these people? And what's gonna happen? And Marcy's sitting right there. And she looks at me and she said, I know you raised your hand. I didn't see you, but I know you. So she gave me that. I mean, every married guy will know what I'm talking about. She gave me the elbow, like, you're going up there. And that is basically how and why I met Jesus Christ. And since that point forward, my life and the life of my family has been all about telling people about Jesus, trying to grow his kingdom and to be able to tell the gospel to every person I meet. I see BWO in Denton as my house, as the place where I was born. And this awesome journey for me now, for my wife, we eventually got married. My kids, Samuel and Elisa, to serve God.